Hello, welcome to CAN TV. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Henry. I work for an organization called Lucha. It's right on the screen here, formerly the Latin United Community Housing Association. So I'm going to talk today, start off by talking about a little bit what we do, as well as, so we've got a lot to cover today, so we're going to talk about what Lucha does, all of our housing counseling. We're going to talk a little bit about what Puerto Rican evacuees from can do due to the Hurricane Maria as well as Irma. And then we're going to go over a little bit about credit and what people can do in order to prepare yourself for home ownership. So just a little bit, start off by talking a little bit about Lucha. So we were founded in 1982. We're about 30 years old at this point. A little over 30 years old. This has been a while. We've been located in Humboldt Park. We were originally founded as a community-based organization in the Humboldt Park, Westtown, and Logan Square neighborhoods. We've since grown. We're much larger now. We've got a little over 20 staff members, and we do a variety of different things. So we have over 150 units of affordable housing, with about 45 more on the way in the Humboldt Park, Westtown, and Logan Square neighborhoods. We're currently accepting applications right now for our new apartments called the Tierra Linda apartments, and they're scattered site, meaning that they're just random buildings located in Humboldt Park, Logan Square, and Westtown, especially close to the 606, because that's where we're trying to fight gentrification there. The 606 has led to a lot of rising property values and therefore rising rents, and so we're trying to prevent displacement and encourage community engagement by providing us people with affordable housing in these neighborhoods. We also have a senior repairs program called SARFs, and so we'll put in bathroom, bar in, or any other different things to allow seniors to more easily access their living and live a more comfortable life. We have a extensive law project, and this law project is a part of the goal is to not only provide people with assistance in closings. If someone is closing on their property, you should have an attorney present, and so our attorney can provide assistance with that. And in addition, she solves landlord-tenant issues and fair housing issues for people, and that's completely free of charge. And then finally, so we've got our housing counseling department. That's the department that I am with. And so we provide 3 different types of counseling. We provide credit counseling, home buyer counseling, and foreclosure prevention counseling. So we can help you throughout the entire process of home buying. One of the biggest things that we do and that we offer is what's called a first-time home buyer workshop. These workshops are required for individuals who are looking to receive not only just the knowledge about how to purchase a home, but also a certificate which can allow you to apply for down payment assistance. Every program in the city of Chicago, as well as outside in the state of Illinois, does require that you attend a first-time home buyer course in order to receive any type of down payment assistance, whether this be from IDA, the Illinois Housing Development Association, or from the city of Chicago, like the City of Chicago Infrastructure Trust, or basically any type of program that may be offered by a bank from a specific bank. Right now, people who are working with us are receiving as much as $12,000 in down payment assistance, and that's just because that's not coming from one grant, that's coming from multiple. And so these grants, as I mentioned before, like IDA, they can be layered upon each other, and so that you're getting the maximum amount of assistance as possible. But this all starts from the workshops. And that's why it's so important that we encourage people to go. They're completely free of charge. You get breakfast, you get lunch. They're 6 hours long. We have 2 coming up in December that are available right now. There's one on December 2nd and then another on December 16th. And they're from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. They're located at our Humboldt Park office at 1152 North Christiana. That's at the corner of Division and Christiana in Humboldt Park. If you want to register, you can go to our website at www.lucha.org. I'll put the information here on the overhead right now. You can also call us at 773-489-8484. And if you want to reach me directly, you can contact me at extension 258. As well as send me an email if you'd like at intake@lucha.org, and we can get you registered for one of those. They're filling up quickly, so I encourage you to call us as soon as possible or visit our website. In addition, so let's say you're not ready for home ownership. We also have credit counseling available, and so it doesn't mean, so maybe you're not ready, you don't think you're ready, or you don't know if you're ready. The workshops are great for that as well, because you'll kind of figure out what needs to happen in order for you to purchase in the future. But in addition, so like let's say you don't want to do the 6 hour workshop, but and you know you need help with your credit, we can provide you with one-on-one credit counseling. So you just contact us directly. We tell you what kind of documentation we're gonna need. It's essentially just stuff about your finances. We'll contact you, and then we'll have you come in and meet with a counselor one-on-one. We'll take a look at your credit report, see what you might need some assistance. Maybe you never even looked at your credit report before, and you don't even know what it is. Or maybe you just know you have there's some high balances on there, or you got some collections. It's always good to have a counselor take a look at that, see what can be, if you have any high debts, what can be bought down first to increase your score the most. And also, in addition to collections, we can assist you with disputing them, settling them, or any type of way that we can get those off your record, because if there's still on your report, you should not be able to get a mortgage. If someone is giving you a mortgage and you have collections, you should definitely make sure that you're receiving the best products possible. There are definitely lots of scams out there, so we don't want you to end up in our foreclosure prevention department just because you want a home so bad that you're not willing to take the necessary precautions. We are always willing to, if you have if you're about to close and you're not sure what you're getting and you're a little confused, maybe you've attended a workshop and now you're not sure you're actually getting the best deal you can, you're always more than welcome to give us a call and send us over your documentation for your closing, and we will review it and see if it's the best fit for you. We have an affordability analysis, which will tell us what if the mortgage and loan you're about to get is affordable to you, because obviously there's a difference between affordability and what your actual purchasing power is, and we want to make sure that you're a little bit below that purchasing power, just in case if something happens, you lose your job, you get a reduced pay, you're not ended up in foreclosure, because that's what we want to avoid. If it is the case that you are behind on your mortgage, or you think you're going to be behind, we do have foreclosure prevention workshops. These workshops are on the last Wednesday of every month, so the next one would be on November 29th. That's going to be at our office at 1152 North Christiana. I'll put the overhead again right here with the workshop information. Okay, so it's Wednesdays from 6 to 8 p.m. and we're going to talk about both the iRefi program, which is a refinance program if you're 12 months current on your mortgage at least. And then that program provides you with $50,000 in assistance with getting that refinance. So there's a couple different banks that we can refer you to in order to get that. And this workshop will talk about that, as well as provide you with information if you are in foreclosure or if you're just afraid of getting into foreclosure. It's always good to get a good head start. We can definitely assist you with that as well. And if you want to get the ball rolling now, you can always give us a call, and I can schedule you, and I can take a look at your documentation, and we'll try and schedule you for an appointment. Okay. So we've talked a little bit about Lucha. Now I'm going to talk a little briefly about Hurricane Maria. Obviously, we just recently had a very devastating earthquake hit Puerto Rico, and we've got a large Puerto Rican population here in the city of Chicago, especially in Humboldt Park, where our office is. And so we just want to make sure people are aware of all the different aid that's available to people. It's definitely one of the most important things we like to stress is if you are coming from Puerto Rico and you're in the United States now, and you were affected by Hurricane Maria. It's important that you register for FEMA aid within 60 days of Hurricane Maria. So the date of the hurricane was on September 20th of this year, and so that means 60 days from then would be November 20th. So that's in about 7 days from now. So you have essentially 1 week to register for FEMA aid. So if you're going to get FEMA aid, so in order to apply for FEMA aid, you can go to the Alderman Maldonado's office, and his office is at 2511 West Division Street. Again, 2511 West Division Street. You can also call his number at 773-394-4935. I'll put it on the screen right now. I'm not sure if you can see it. Again, it's 2511 West Division. and his number is 773-395-0143. That's the Alderman Roberto Maldonado's office. In addition, they are holding on every Monday and Tuesday for during November at the Humboldt Park Fieldhouse. They'll be having different resources set up in order to provide people with assistance and information about what to do during Hurricane Maria. You can sign up for FEMA aid there, and Lucha will actually be there tomorrow and subsequent Tuesdays, and we'll be there providing you with information about what we do. You can apply for housing with us if you just need either temporary or permanent housing in the wake of the hurricane. We can help you apply for certain housing. If you or anyone knows someone who's living at Lucha housing and you need to move in with them for a short period of time, it's always important to contact us here at Lucha at 773. You can call me at 773-489-8484, and we can help you. We want to make sure that we know what's happening. We don't want you to just try and sneak in and just stay with someone who's living in Lucha housing. We want to be made aware of that, and we can work something out. Maybe potentially get them permanent housing. In addition, we obviously, for those affected by the hurricane, we offer financial counseling. Maybe you have a home back in Puerto Rico and that property is being foreclosed on, or you don't still know what's happening because it was demolished by the hurricane. We just want to make sure that you're aware that we have counseling available for that, just because foreclosure prevention counseling is available to anyone throughout the United States and all other territories, and so we can help you figure out what to do with that mortgage. Let's see. So I just want to detail very quickly what FEMA funds are available for. So they're available for temporary hotel expenses, moving expenses, unemployment insurance, childcare, repairing or replacing common furniture and appliance, healthcare, dental, and funeral expenses for injuries or deaths sustained in the disaster, expenses for rent, house repair or home rebuilding, crisis counseling, and legal services. So it's very important that you apply for FEMA aid. And in order to do so, you would need your social security number, address of the damaged house or apartment, description of the damage, information about insurance coverage, telephone number, mailing address, bank account, and routing numbers for direct deposit of funds. You can also contact FEMA by calling 1-800-621-3362. Again, that's 800-621-3362. So if you need any additional assistance, we encourage you to go to the Humboldt Park Fieldhouse. The address is 1400 North Sacramento, and the times are from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., Monday and Tuesday. Again, that's 1400 North Sacramento, and the hours are 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Mondays and Tuesdays. So we encourage you to go to that, get some resources, get as much help as possible, so that you can hopefully get everything settled and either find housing or just wait out there until everything's okay back in Puerto Rico. And I'm going to speak a little bit in Spanish right now, just for those people, obviously for those people who prefer that, about the assistance that's available for Hurricane Maria. So, las personas que deseen solicitar ayuda de FEMA deben registrarse dentro de los próximos 2 semanas, 60 días antes de la declaración de desastre del huracán María, que se realizó el 20 de septiembre. Así que la última día para registrar para la solicitud de ayuda de FEMA es el 20 de noviembre. Solo tenemos una semana más para registrar. Los solicitantes pueden registrarse para recibir ayuda de FEMA y recibir otros servicios en el Centro de Recursos de Huracanes de la ciudad de Chicago y en la oficina del concejal Roberto Maldonado. Y la dirección es 2511 West Division, otra vez, 2511 West Division. Y el número de teléfono de la oficina de Alderman Roberto Maldonado es 773-395-0143. Y también hay muchos recursos de la huracán y de la ciudad de Chicago aquí en el Humboldt Park Fieldhouse. Y la dirección es 1400 North Sacramento. Y los horarios son 10 hasta 4 de la tarde, el lunes y martes durante el mes de noviembre. Y también puede llamar a 311 para más información. También si necesita algunos vivienda o algunos apartamentos y necesita un lugar para vivir en este momento o permanente, puede llamar Lucha por el número de teléfono 773 276 5338 extensión 221, otra vez 773 276 5338 extensión 221. Si quiere aplicar para un apartamento, llama este número, por favor. Tenemos una lista de espera, pero necesita aplicar y estamos esperando del gobierno para ver si ustedes pueden recibir la asistencia y los apartamentos antes de las otras personas en la lista de espera. Y también tenemos asistencia de vivienda y asesoramiento financiero para las personas que necesitan ayuda para sus financieras y que son víctimas de la huracán. O, por ejemplo, tiene una casa o un mortgage en Puerto Rico y no sabe qué necesita hacer para pagar porque no tiene trabajo o por alguna razón. Por favor, llámanos porque tenemos muchos servicios para prevención de embargo y este servicio es de todas las ciudades y territorios de los Estados Unidos. Okay, muchas gracias por su tiempo. Okay, so we've got a little bit more time left, and so I'm going to discuss a little bit about what it takes to be a homeowner. So we're transitioning a little bit. Obviously, one of the biggest things that Lucha does is assist people with the homeownership process. So we are certified by HUD, the Department of Housing and Urban Development. And so because of that, we can provide housing, counseling, and assistance. And so once again, we offer credit counseling, pre-purchase counseling, and foreclosure prevention counseling. So I'm going to talk a little bit about credit right now, as credit is one of the most important parts of the home buying process. And so essentially, I'm going to first go over some of the questions that you should be asking yourself if you're ready to become a homeowner. One of those would be, are you ready to be a homeowner? That could be for whatever reason. Are you willing to take the responsibility of maintaining your own home? When you're renting, most of all the repairs are done by the landlord, or there should be. You don't have to manage certain repairs. There's a lot of utilities you don't have to worry about. This is your property. Once you become a homeowner, it's your property, and so there's a lot of responsibilities that come with that. But obviously, owning a home means you don't have to listen to your landlord. You can do whatever you want, usually, or to an extent, to your own home. You can paint the walls if you want to. You can build things. You can add porches. You can add garages. There's so many things that you can do with home ownership. So obviously, there's a lot of freedom that comes with it. Are you going to need down payment assistance? Most people who come through our doors require some form of down payment assistance. In addition, just because you think that maybe you earn too much, that you can't receive any. As of right now, about the limit to receiving down payment assistance through any program in the state of Illinois is around $77,000 for a one-person household. So obviously that's extensive. That's a pretty high income that you could still have in order to receive down payment assistance. So it's obviously certain down payment assistance programs have certain guidelines and restrictions, but they're very minimal in terms of the amount of money that you can receive that can help you for that down payment. Then obviously it's always, can you afford it? Sometimes homeownership can come with a lot of other hidden expenses, and you want to make sure that you have enough saved up and it's not going to break your bank so much that you're going to fall behind at some point. And then obviously, what is your credit score? Is your credit score good enough? Having a credit score and just knowing more about your credit is so important. You can use it for buying a car, getting a business loan if you want to become an entrepreneur, applying for an apartment rental. Even in apartment searching, having a good credit score is important. Obviously, purchasing a home, and then sometimes employment. Sometimes your employer might look at your credit report. and see, does this person have good habits? Does this person know how to manage their finances? That can be sometimes a determining factor for some employers. And so obviously we're running out of time, but I just want to talk to you. So we'll talk about what the actual definition of credit. So credit is borrowed money that you can use to purchase goods and services when you need them. You are charged interest for the privilege of borrowing money and being given the opportunity to pay a set rate for a specified period of time instead of the entire amount. So obviously for a lot of us who don't have a lot of money saved up, especially those of us who are younger, who haven't had the time to save up, credit allows us to borrow money so that we can do the things that we want, whether it be purchase a home or get a business or start a new business. Credit allows us to do that without having to put up all the money up front. But obviously, that is the amount of money you can get is determined by how much money, how good your credit score is. And so there are three common types of credit. There's revolving credit, installment credit, service credit. Revolving credit is more like credit cards. Installment credits can be a car loan, so you're just paying back a certain amount of money at each time with interest. And then service credit would be considered sometimes non-traditional credit. This is agreement with service providers, cell phones, and electric companies. Keep in mind that if you're looking to receive down payment assistance, the minimum credit score that you should have is around a 640. People can get loans if they have a 580 credit score, more or less. However, every point that your credit score goes up means that you could be getting a better interest rate. And let's think about interest rates right now. So let's say the difference between a 4.5% interest rate and a 5.5% interest rate. That's only 1%, but if you're thinking about a loan that's $200,000, that can be a big deal, and that's over 30 years. Mortgages are for 30 years, and because of that, if you're going to draw that 1% out, that could be thousands of dollars. And so that's something to think about when you're shopping around for loans and waiting. Do you want to wait a couple more years so that you can get the best loan that you can, so that you have a good credit score, or do you want to buy a home now and potentially face paying all that money down the road extra that you wouldn't have to normally? It's things to think about, and patience is key in the home buying process. Just want to make sure that you're ready, and that's what Lucha can do. We can analyze your credit, analyze your budget, and make sure that you're getting the best thing that you can do. If it is the case that you just want to you're done with renting, you're tired of renting, you don't want to do it anymore, we can obviously, we're there for you. We seek to help you with your goals. We're going to counsel you. We're going to tell you sometimes when you shouldn't be purchasing, but we're working for you. So if you want to purchase now, we'll assist you in the best way that we can. We also, in terms of eligibility, it's important to know that most people, so you should have around $3,000 in your savings. That should be a qualifying factor in terms of being ready for a mortgage. That doesn't mean, obviously, there are ways around that, but we like you to have at least $3,000 in your savings. And especially is helpful if we're going to look at your credit report and in terms of for buying down certain types of debt. In addition, just because you make a certain amount of income doesn't mean that you are automatically eligible for a certain type of loan or automatically eligible for anything. It's very important that you look at both your income and your debt to make sure that that plays a big role in your affordability analysis, which is what we can also do during your workshop. During your one-on-one counseling. So I just want to thank you. So obviously that's all the time we have today. So I just want to thank you very much for your time once again. So we're Lucha. We have two offices, one at 3541 West North Avenue. That's our main office, but our housing counseling is located at 1152 North Christiana in Chicago, Illinois, 60651. You can please feel free to give us a call at 773-489-8484. That's our number right here, and you can give us a call for any questions you might have moving forward. And as always, we always have information at our website at www.lucha.org, and you can feel free to email me there as well. Once again, thank you so much for your time, and we're happy to help to answer any questions you might have just by giving us a call.